Hello, everybody, and welcome to What It Means to Be a Servant. I can't tell you how excited I am that everybody is listening right now and to know that this is going to be a new journey. I can't wait to give the different viewpoints, this whole outlook on the restaurant industry, the approaches that I feel people can receive from this, the gifts, humbleness, and I am so appreciative of everyone that has supported me. And thank you so much for listening.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to What It Means to Be a Servant. This is Amy, and she has been such an amazing and beautiful person in knowing and life.
Thank you.
Well,
Back at you.
Good. Before we started recording, it's those connections that you make and the ways that you're just like able to just have a good time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Builds a friendship. It makes a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the ways that you're able to connect, right? I mean, like when you're talking about the spirit and you're talking about the ways that like you're hoping to give in this life.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like when there's, a connection, like being saved, knowing Jesus, having his spirit in you, like that is familiar and it connects a person. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say that, as Amy and I have been getting to know each other over the years, it is just the ways that you choose to do what you want with your relationships. And, Amy has been this woman of inspiration for me. You really have been, just the ways that you are going for what you want in life and the ways that you present what you want in your business. And yeah.
Thanks you. I
You're
feel the same
very
about you.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
done amazing things.
Thank you.
Yes.
And so, today I just wanted to bring Amy on as like, I'm going to let her introduce what she does. But just the ways of me asking her, how you feel that you are serving in this life. So
I love that.
yes.
Yeah. So I'm Amy. I am the owner of Northern Beauty Bar, Salon in Bars Ferry, Idaho. It's a little piece of heaven in the top part, chimney part of Idaho. So Canada. But yeah, I love it there. And I started off in the beauty industry about 7 years ago and started off with nails and then went back to aesthetics about 4 years later. And I've been in it for about 7 to 8 years, I guess now. But started off, on my own booth renting, and then
How was that for you? Like when you made
Yeah.
that decision, how was that?
to go to school?
Yeah.
It was honestly, I mean, it was something that I had planned for a long time and like prayed about. And it's something I knew I wanted to do, but like the timeline, it just didn't really work out how I thought it would.
Yeah.
But then, eventually God was like, all right, this is the time you can go now. And I did. And everything just kind of worked out from there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you feel like helped you when you made that decision and how you wanted to change your life, what your goals were? Like, how do you feel? Like, what advice would you give to people that like really helped you in that decision making?
Yeah, I would say research your resources. Really look into like being the schools, the locations, what it looks like going to school, what it takes, and plan for it. Like everything starts with an idea and then you move on to a plan and then
So would you say it's kind of like a right fit? Like when you're, for example, we're sitting here and we're talking about shoe sizes, and would you say
yeah,
it's all about the right fit?
yeah. And sometimes you have to grow into that fit. So
There can be a full protector.
you do. And sometimes it takes a little time, which is okay.
Yeah.
For me, like what guides me is Jesus, and
Yes.
I have the Holy Spirit, and
Yeah.
so I did a lot of praying and a lot of waiting, which is okay. God
Yeah.
doesn't always say like, okay, now it's time. It's like you have to wait a little bit, which is fine.
Yeah.
So it was that waiting that really, I mean, it came in time.
See, and when you said that, it kind of reminded me of like people that make sourdough or
Yes.
bread. I was talking to my friend Kate, and she was talking about like how you have to wait for the dough to rise,
Yeah.
and it's a process.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but like for me, it's like when you're waiting on that process, it can get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it can get kind of tiring because like you feel like you're putting in the efforts, not seeing results. And when you're uncomfortable in it, it's kind of hard to allow what needs to happen, right? Like if you try to make the bread before it's ready, yeah, guaranteed it's probably not going to turn out too tasty.
Yeah.
And I think you could apply that to like business, you could apply that to relationships, you could apply that to things that you're trying to change in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's always something to learn. And, sometimes it takes a little time, a little digging, and
Mhm.
just, researching your resources.
Yes.
Is where, like, it takes time to do that.
Mhm.
But there's a time for everything.
Yeah. So all in all, like, what is your mission? Like, what are you hoping
Yeah.
to accomplish? Like,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even think you and I even talked about this.
not very much.
I don't think we have.
Right,
So
yeah.
what is your like mission? Like,
My mission, like, I love community. I grew up in Bonners Ferry. It's been my home for a long time.
yeah.
And my mission is to serve people,
Mm.
to serve like you guys, like, same with Raina's mission is like to serve you.
Yeah.
And yeah, just to be about community. It takes a lot of like thinking through that of like how you want to accomplish that.
Mhm.
But it's something that I was blessed with, working slow, like
Yes.
starting in a shop and then having my own shop and now having my own salon.
Yes.
You learn things along the way. And so it gave me some time to be like, okay, what do I want to do with the space that I've been blessed with?
Mm.
And that was something like I love the space
Yes.
so much. And it's been so exciting to build it and to kind of make it
Yes.
its own thing. But also like my mission is to just love on the community, but also to create opportunity
Yes.
for anyone who wants to be there.
And that's amazing, Amy. And I would like honestly say the times that I have walked in there, you can feel God's presence. You could feel
Thank
the
you.
love. You could
Thank you.
feel, I don't know about you, but like, have you ever been into a place where you're like, I can't go in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like yours is the total opposite. Like,
Thank
can feel
you.
so much fun. So I'm so
Yes.
proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
prayer. That was like what
Yeah.
I wanted when I
Mission
started this thought.
Yeah.
Thank you. That
Yes.
means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all of your hopes. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Well, and so what else are you hoping that like you're able to do now? Like what is more for you or what do you hope for?
Yeah, just finding different ways to serve the community, honestly. So I've been a part of the career days at the high school, and that
how
was super fun.
cool. I
Yes.
bet.
And so just being from Bonners Ferry, if you know anything about it, it's hard to like step out of that comfort zone and
Mhm.
cross that line of like what else is beyond the town.
Mhm.
And I want to expand on that thought and be like, this is what you can do. And
Yes.
there is potential in it, but like take that potential and like grow in that.
Yeah.
Look for things that you want to do. And if it's something you want to do that's not in Bonners Ferry, like go for it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It can be hard and hard to know the unknowns, but it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
keep going.
As Amy and I were saying, just, sometimes you just have to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And, if you stay stagnant and, you're not really tuning into the spirit and like
Mhm.
what God is trying to do in your life,
Yeah.
it makes it hard in seeing the blessings and seeing the things that he is trying to create, because it's like you think about a flower and how it just like shoots through the ground. Below is the roots, the soil, the
Mhm.
nourishment. So it's like really hoping to, just grow in
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. And I have my notes downstairs, so I'm just going to look at that for a moment, but full transparency, I won't hide anything.
We're on it.
Very human here. But there's a verse that I really, it's been in my heart since the beginning, and it is Proverbs 16:3. It's commit your works to the Lord and your thoughts will be established. And that is where like the Holy Spirit comes in. He's like God has led this salon in so many steps, in all the steps. Like if it wasn't for him, it probably wouldn't exist.
Right.
You know, it did start with this, but then it's like taking those steps of faith because there was times where I'm like, well, is this going to work out? Or like, this is scary because I invested a lot into it.
Yeah.
But is it going to work out still?
Right.
Just trusting that like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And I don't know the future. I don't know the outcome of what it's going to be exactly, but like taking those steps of faith, knowing that it's going to work out, knowing in my heart and my soul, because like sometimes the heart can be deceiving, but like knowing like, you know, that like not only feeling, but direction from God of like, okay, I know I'm doing what is right.
Yeah.
And so just keep doing that. So it's taking those steps of faith, learning all the new things of business.
Yeah. Well, Amy, I am so grateful. Thank you so much for being on the show and just sharing your love and sharing your knowledge. And I just appreciate you so much.
Thank you. You too.
Well, if you guys are ever in Bars Ferry, I'm going to let Amy let you know where you can find her.
Yes. So Northern Beauty Bar is the salon, and you can Google that, Northern Beauty Bar, Bonners Ferry. It will pop up, and then there's a website. It will take you to the booking link, everything like that. Or just stop by, stop by, say hi, introduce yourself. If you're listening and haven't been in yet or coming from out of town, like please, swing by. I would love to meet you. But yeah, I love making connections and just like learning more about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe on YouTube. I'm on Spotify, and I hope this episode is just going to put peace on your heart and encouragement in the actions that you need to want to take faith in whatever you're hoping your right fit is.
Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
With that being said, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone that chimed in today, took the time to listen, and if you want to leave your thoughts, comments, and stuff that you would love to hear more of, I would be more than happy to see everybody's responses, and I can't wait to give my next episode to you. Thank you. Bye.